Democratic Senator John Fetterman defended Trumpito on The View against Sonny Hostin, saying that the hush money case was a ploy to try to stop his campaign. And then she said, "Oh, was the 34 felony counts a ploy to stop her?" I don't know. It's just a bunch. You know how it is on The View. My name
Yeah.
is Marcus Russell.
It's Alex W, man.
Yo, this the Marcus Russell Show. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I need 100,000 subscribers. Keep it going. Check out Bro's pages in the description.
Get right to it.
Come on, let's get to it.
Maybe the new brand that Democrats desperately need. Here he is on The View after he was accused of, quote, cozying up to Trump.
There are those on the left who feel like you have made a rightward shift recently, going to Mar-a-Lago, joining Truth Social, your positions on issues like immigration, fracking. What do you say to those who are now, in a sense, questioning your commitment to the Democratic Party?
That's just happened not to be true. I've been on record, too, saying I am not going to become a Republican, you know, although maybe some people might be happy on one side, but I would make a pretty terrible Republican. I can't keep chasing down.
Facts. Republican would never wear no biker hoodie and shorts onto The View. Like, look.
Or to the inauguration. He had shorts on, I think, in a suit jacket.
Right.
Like he was in a
man.
Zoom call or something. Like we couldn't see what he was wearing.
Yeah, you couldn't be a Republican, keep dressing like that, John.
Yeah.
But yeah, I believe him. He's not trying to be a Republican.
I'm glad they have a positive voice in their corner, but at the end of the day, you're still a Democrat. You're a snake, you
Right,
know?
but I feel like he just listened to his people in his state, in his district, and some of their views co-align with some of Trump's views.
Yeah.
Let's get back to it.
On every last thing that's online because they're just happen not to be true, and just look at my votes. Look at the things that I haven't changed in a way.
He also defended President Trump and the actions that he's taken in the first week of his presidency.
He's been doing essentially what he actually campaigned on early on, immediately after the election. I was like, hey, you know, we have a choice. You know, we can freak out and follow every other thing around, you know, like a cat, you know, with a laser, you know, after everyone. But I'm not that guy. I'm not going to be that Democrat. You know, for me, there's things I'm going to agree with, I'm going to disagree with, but I'm in the business of finding wins for Pennsylvania and for the nation, and engaging the president. I think I see that as doing my job.
And well said.
All right.
Cheryl, how
I agree. I agree with everything he said, and I think a lot of times the senators just don't just be playing politics and don't be listening to the people in their states, and that's why they become out of touch. But now, I mean, like him agreeing with immigration, that's not him going against the people. That's him literally going with the people that live in his state.
Exactly, because
That's
they
what
know
it
how
is.
big of a problem it is.
It's bad in some places.
It's
Let's get to
horrible.
it.
Keep going. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button.
Yo.
How refreshing to actually hear from someone that their allegiance is to the American people who they serve.
Well, and that's Pennsylvania. And look at the steel industry, and what we're looking at is a new renaissance for the steel industry under President Donald Trump, not under President Joe Biden, to be clear. So he does know, you know, he knows his audience and he knows who put him into office. But the other thing too is that it is refreshing to see somebody that is so opposite of what has happened to the rest of the Democratic Party, which is they've all become a bunch of elite Hollywood-loving snobs. And that's why they've completely divorced themselves from the electorate, and that is why they lost in November. And you know, that party's in disarray. My Democratic friends tell me that. The party's in disarray. There's no clear leadership. They're still trying. They're not even in denial about November. They still don't even know what to say about November because they don't have a response. But Fetterman, I think, you know, we'll see where he goes with his votes.
So when are those stale questions going to dry up, Kennedy? The questions of, well, where's the allegiance to your party? Essentially, where's the rote resistance? Where's the chasing the online, you know, sort of story of the day?
Yeah.
When will that narrative stop?
Well, I hope it stops soon, because he has to talk to his constituents and figure out why so many of them who were independents and Democrats before, why they voted Republican. And, you know, you have to be curious, especially when you are a public servant. You have to figure out, you know, what is their pain? What is their motivation?
Like, I'm literally one of those people, you know what I'm saying, that started Democrat and kind of am more like a, I guess I'm a right wing.
Say it louder. I don't think the mic picked you up.
I think I'm a right wing now.
Okay.
YouTube. Conservative, mostly, because other than kind of agree with a lot of this stuff, most of it.
The
I'm sorry.
2025 project?
Well, are
I
we
wa
gonna get on that?
I want to know how you feel about it.
Man, some of that stuff's scary. I said that from the beginning. I'm gonna have to go back over it completely again.
But a
But
lot of it, though, you agree with.
man, so far so good.
So far, so good. Okay.
Yeah, real talk, America. Let's finish this out.
And their
I just
motivation
wanted to
is,
hear it.
gosh, I hope we can find the biggest cheerleader for the
Messed up
Democrat
ass.
Party. That's really going to pay the rent. It doesn't. And his party is so incredibly out of touch and in shambles. And therefore, if you're going to do a deep dive and figure out why you're doing what you're doing, you have to start with the people in your home state. And I do have a lot of respect for that. I don't think
Yeah.
he's going to be a
Facts.
Republican anytime soon.
just said that.
But I think a Pennsylvania
said.
Democrat looks a lot more like a person who's creating a coalition like President Trump is to get reelected.
Yeah, I just want to piggyback on what Kennedy's saying, and I really like the idea. So he's curious, and he's asking questions. Do we know yet if he's willing to go to Mar-a-Lago? How much time will he spend with the president? We've heard reports that might happen. But when you look at it, it's that curiosity that's lacking on the left. They lacked it before the election, and they lack it now. They're doing a lot of navel grazing, as I like to say, because they just want to look at themselves and say, we're okay, the kids are okay, and we don't know what the man in the White House is doing. They need to pay attention. With regard to John Fetterman, though, don't get it twisted. He is not a Republican. I don't think he was joking when he said that to the women on The View. I think he means it. By the way, anytime he wants to come and sit on this couch, he can wear shorts all he wants.
Yeah, and he went to Mar-a-Lago, which I think represents, to Harris's point, the Democrats that are saying, we have a commander-in-chief that serves all Americans, and therefore I'm here to serve my constituents too. And last time I checked, there's not something wrong with that.
No, of course not. You know, I'm going to steal a metaphor. Gutfeld uses the metaphor of a pirate ship for the Trump administration, right? Guy even looks like a pirate. You know, you're bringing guys in that normally wouldn't be there, that are at least willing to listen. And, you know, it is analogous to a pirate ship in the fact that it's coming in and it's disrupting, right? He's changed the thing. They have the power. So, of course, he's dealing with the power that is. He's very clever. He's doing the PR in terms of, okay, I'm listening, I'm curious, etc. But where the rubber hits the road, he's voting Democrat. So he's having his cake and eating it, too. Yeah. That's politics. He's revealing himself to, right now, being the shrewdest of the Democrats who are in play.
And the American people, I think, to the point about the mandate, you know, they drew a line in the sand, but they also encouraged that coalition. They encouraged the whole point of common sense, which means getting things done. So a Democrat that works with Republicans on legislation that actually advances a common sense agenda, then that's going to score another win for PA like he's
the energy industry,
amassing.
by the way, the energy industry in Pennsylvania. Look at that. Look at what's going to happen there. And he obviously has a vested interest in making sure that that production happens.
Yeah.
Well, look, the American people have chosen, right? And they had to make a change in choosing, because if you don't change, then you must have picked it.
At least he's
And they
recognizing
didn't want to
reality.
keep picking the same thing that was broken for them, and he's
gut
paying
punches.
attention to that.
Man, she mean.
Hey, everyone. I'm
You hit them with the, you know, they curious.
Yeah, definitely curious.
A lot of things are changing and rapidly, and it's scary. But I'd rather see like somebody trying to. I've never seen stuff move so quick and no type of acts start getting carried out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So
But this Trump administration, like he says it on Monday, they're doing it on Monday.
Yeah.
You know.
What I would say is, I'm glad change has actually happened, and it's not like Biden been in office and we're just at a standstill for 4 years. You know, because we didn't really see much from him, other than the big thing he did was pardon all those killers.
Man, I think his biggest mistake was getting holed up out of Afghanistan after we've been there for 20 years. That was a bad look. I would have told Afghanistan, nah, we ain't leaving here until we get all our stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He made us look bad. Trumpito would have never. You know what I mean?
So, I guess let us know what you think about the video.
That part.
Be sure to hit the subscribe button. My channel was in the description. My link is in the description, so make sure you guys check that out. We out.